Good afternoon, my dear students. So in this particular module, we're going to ponder about a particular question, which is technology making us stupid? So let's think about several cases, scenarios that you might have experienced in real life. First one, when you are faced with a question and you don't know the answer, do you instinctively go to Google? Or if someone asks you the question, do you tell them, "O Google mo na lang kaya?" Just Google it. Kapag nagpalit ng number yung parents mo, yung mga kaibigan mo, do you find the urge or the need to remember their number? Or do you just put the number in your phone book and then just, if you need it later on, just retrieve the number in that particular phone book para hindi mo na siya i-memorize? Does it worry you yung tamang spelling ng mga salita? Or you don't really have that kind of worry kasi you know that there are applications such as Grammarly, or when you use MS Word, it automatically corrects your spelling or your grammar. Have you seen your mother or someone else na pinatahan yung kanilang umiiyak na bata sa pamamagitan ng pag-distract sa kanila ng phone, sa kanang mga YouTube videos, na parang bagong pacifier na yung ating mga digital devices? When you go to a concert or when you go to a field trip, do you find the urge to take a picture of everything or to record everything instead of just being there, enjoying the moment? So definitely, thinking about these answers, we will realize that technology has really become a part of our lives, no? An integral part of our life. Hindi na natin siya maalis. Kasi naman, most of you actually are called digital natives, di ba? From the moment you were born, and as you were growing up, you were surrounded by technology. You have an innate ability to easily navigate through those devices, those applications, because you are digital native. So on that particular question, is technology making us stupid? I want you to think about ano yung epekto ng technology in our brain, in the way we think, in the way we remember information, because it has been an ever-present part of our life. Specifically in this module, we're going to talk about Google and the Google effect. Tingnan natin itong statistics na to, no, to further support our claim that Google and digital devices are such part of our life. So, in 2019, ganito kadaming beses binisit yung Google. 62 billion times. And then, in a day, how many Google searches happens in a day? Actually, there are 3.5 billion Google searches that happens every day. O gaano kadalas ginagamit sa isang araw yung Google? Out of the respondents, 84% of them said that they use Google 3 or more times. Given these statistics, are we over-relying on these types of technologies in order to survive the demands of our daily life? So what is this Google effect? Sabi dito, ito ay parang isang digital amnesia, the tendency to forget information that is readily available through search engines like Google. We do not commit this information to our memory because we know that this information is easy to access online. Diba? May term na information at our fingertips. Bakit nga naman natin tatandaan pa yung phone number? Diba? I-memorize pa yung phone number if we can just visit it sa ating phone later on, di ba? Why would we study in an online exam when we can just Google the answer? So those are things that hindi na natin masyadong ginagawa because we are using digital devices in Google as some sort of external hard drive. Doon na natin isa-save or naka-compile na doon ng maayos ang mga information na nais nating malaman. So we won't have to remember them. We don't have to store them in our brain because we can easily just access it again when it comes a time na kailangan nating i-retrieve yung certain information na yun. Now, in this module, pag-uusapan natin, no, how does it affect us? Pero first, saan nga ba nagmula yung Google effect? Sino na nag-coin ng term na ito? So, the first research on this one is by Sparrow, Louis, and Wegner. So, they're really concerned about paano binabago ng Google yung ating brain. So, gumawa sila ng series of experiment, no? One of those experiment goes like this. So, hinati nila sa dalawang grupo yung kanilang mga participants. Binigyan yung mga participants ng mga trivia questions or statements na kailangan na lang i-type sa isang word processing document. One of the group ay na-inform na yung kanilang mga tina-type ay masisave. Okay? So, they don't have to worry. While the next group, the other group, was informed that yung mga entries na tina-type nila will not be saved. And then, later on, the next day, they were asked to write down ano yung mga entries na natatandaan nila. And of course, yung grupo na sinabing hindi masisave, that their entries will not be saved, outperform the other group. Kasi the other group, parang nagpahinga yung utak nila, di ba? Hindi nag-activate yung pagmemorya kasi they are confident that their work is going to be saved. They can access it later on if they are requested to retrieve the information. So, itong kabilang grupo na sinabing hindi masisave, hala, I have to remember it. I have to remember what I'm typing. So, the next day, they remembered more. They also did another experiment. So, yung mga participants, again, binigyan ng mga trivia statements, trivia questions na kailangan nilang i-type. Pero 1/3 of those statements, sasabihin ng computer, this entry has been saved. 1/3 of those statements, sinabi ng computer, itong entry na to, madidelete ito. And then, the last third of those statements, sinabi ng computer, this entry has been saved sa folder na ito. So, the next day, ano ang nangyari nung pinalista sa kanila kung ano yung mga naaalala nilang entry? So, syempre, katulad ng experiment number 1, mas madaming naalala entries or mas madami silang naalalang entries na sinabi ng computer na hindi masisave. Kasi parang nag-activate yung part ng brain nila na ang function ay mag-remember. Samantalang hindi nila masyadong matandaan yung mga entries na sinabing masisave siya. So, another result na nakita nila ay actually doon sa mga entries na nasave sa particular folder, mas naaalala na participants kung saang folder nakasave yung information instead of the information itself. So, ibig sabihin, the tendency is the participants did not remember the information itself, but how they will retrieve the information again. Kasi mas naalala nila ay kung saan nakasave yung information. Okay, so in this particular experiment, they were able to understand what is this Google effect. So in the next video lecture, we will talk about how digital devices and how Google is affecting the way we think, the way we use our brain. Second, the way we remember. And third, the way we experience life. Okay? I'll see you.